Hey there, Rebecca Williams here with RW Realty, here to talk a little bit about some of the things that you can do as a seller to work with your realtor to get your home sold quickly. So first thing is you want to make sure you price the home properly. This is probably the most important thing. If you price your home too high, you're going to have a problem where people don't want to come see it because they think it is overpriced or you're just being greedy. And if you price it too low, you're leaving money on the table and you're potentially targeting people that are not qualified to pay what your home is worth. So pricing is very important. Work with your realtor on that. Next thing you want to do is make sure that your home looks nice from the street, because if I'm driving by and I don't like the way it looks from the outside, I don't even care about going inside. So make sure your lawn is mowed, your landscaping is trimmed up, have some pretty flowers on the porch, power wash, get rid of any trash in your yard, things like that. You want to make it look good from the front. And then once you get people to look past that and say, I want to see what's inside, you need to make sure the inside reflects the same. So we're going to do some light staging on your property. Doesn't mean that we're going to bring in all new furniture or do any major projects. However, we might say to neutralize some of the paint colors or move some furniture around or put some in storage to make a space look larger or flow better. And it could just be some decluttering and depersonalizing so that people can walk into your home and envision themselves living there with their things. Once we get those three things done, then we're going to go in and get some professional photos and video. Photography and videos are very important these days because those are going to be the main portion of what your realtor is going to use to market your home. 99% of people start their home search online. So if there are pictures that you can tell were taken from someone's phone or don't get a good angle on the property or the lighting is not right, they're going to think that somebody cheaped out or the property is just not worth seeing and they're just going to skip over it. But if you have great photography that gives a great angle of the property, brightens it up, highlights the areas that are going to be most important to a buyer, it's definitely going to help. So photography and videos should be very high on that list. Next, you want to make sure that your agent is going to be able to market your property aggressively. They're going to take those photos and videos and they're going to put them out online. They're going to do some targeted marketing. They're going to do print marketing in areas where that is still an effective method. It may be things like billboards. It may be things like postcards going out to the neighbors. You want to make sure that you understand what their marketing tactics are and how they're going to best utilize those tactics to help sell your property in particular. Once you get all those things set up, you are going to select an agent that is very familiar with your area. This is important. You want someone who has helped people buy and sell homes in your neighborhood or your town very recently, because markets change quite often. Deposit requirements change. Different things pop up with inspectors. So you want someone who has done business recently and understands what buyers are looking for, understands what some of the risks are with selling that we can look out for beforehand, knows the lenders in the area, understands changes to processes from the national and state level. You want to make sure you're picking somebody who has actively worked recently in your area. Next thing you want to do is make sure you are being flexible with showings. So as you can imagine, most people are available to see properties in the evenings and on the weekends because that's when they're typically not working. So you need to make sure that your schedule is arranged in a way that your home is going to be available to people during those times. So talk to your realtor, make sure you set up some requirements for how much notice you need to get ready for people to show up so that you can be prepared and get out of the house when people are ready to come see it. We don't have to decline any showings because sometimes when you decline a showing, someone will just move on to the next property and never come back. So we want to make sure we can approve those first time through and we are ready for them when they come. Another thing you can do is to put together a list of things that you like about your home, things that are unique to your home that maybe other homes in the neighborhood do not have, and give this information to your realtor. They can take that, use that in their print marketing. They can use that to do video voiceovers to highlight certain aspects of your property or your neighborhood. They can attach a list of upgrades you've done to the home for other agents to see, as well as for an appraiser to see when it comes time for that. These are things that can definitely help to get your home sold and to make it stand out compared to the competition. Sometimes we will recommend that you do repairs to your home before listing it. It really is situational, and it's going to depend on a lot of different factors: age of the home, neighborhood, current market conditions, and also your ability to pay for those repairs before your property sells. So that's something that your realtor will talk to you about in person to say, what are our options here and how will doing or not doing these repairs impact you one way or the other, so that we can make the best decision for you. And then the last thing, a lot of realtors just kind of skip over this and don't talk about it, but there are a lot of places out there where you can get a cash offer on your home and sell it as is. In some scenarios, this is going to be the right option. 90% of the time, you're going to lose money. That's just the way it is. But depending on your situation, the money may not be the most important factor. So if timing is the factor and we have to get it sold within a certain time period, that may be the better option for you. If it is a home that requires a lot of what we call TLC, needs a lot of repairs, might not be in a condition that it is easily financed, that might be a best option for you too as well. So those are some of the things that we can do to help you sell your home quickly. If you have any questions at all about your property specifically, please feel free to reach out. 919-330-6833. Thanks.